Tonight, I will be ranking theories of everything while I'm on night shift. My friend said that gas station content is really popping off these days, so I figured why not. This is my last night shift. So let's talk about some physics and theories of everything. Also, really want to quickly apologize for the audio. I had to buy these real quick. It has a mic. Hopefully it's good enough for tonight at least, and that it doesn't sound too bad. I'm going to first start talking about actual theories of everything by credible people, and then I'm going to throw some crackpot theories in there just to fill up the table, because why not? The first theory of everything we're going to talk about is string theory. This is a theory that I'm sure many of you know, and it proposes that fundamental particles are not point-like, but little tiny strings that vibrate, and those different vibrations give rise to different particles and forces. String theory is probably the most popular theory out there. Nothing beats it. I mean, it's got theoretical backing, math backing. It's got a lot of backing. People love it. It hasn't really been working out though, because it's kind of required to have 11 dimensions, sometimes even more, and it's really hard to test that shit. So, I mean, we won't really know yet until we can observe those dimensions or figure out some way to, test that shit in a lab. Now, obviously, this is a subjective tier list, and I'm not really one to be ranking theories of everything. Oh well. Welcome to my channel, I guess. String theory is gonna be A tier. It's our most mathematically consistent theory that combines gravity and quantum mechanics. It has massive potential, but there's no proof, so that's why it sits at A tier. You ever go on? It's currently 1:15, but I wanted to say that at like 12:59, I had a customer come in, and because of blue law restriction, we can't be selling alcohol past 1 o'clock. And I was rushing this person to get their alcohol because they had seconds, and luckily they were able to get their alcohol. I just wanted to let y'all know. Our next contender for a theory of everything is loop quantum gravity. Unlike string theory, which comes up with new fundamental objects, loop quantum gravity attempts to quantize space-time. That space-time itself is not a smooth fabric, but made up of discrete quantized atoms or loops of space-time. The primary focus for loop quantum gravity is quantum gravity. Obviously it's in the name, okay? Now, loop quantum gravity does not inherently try to unify all four forces like string theory does. So, that being the case, we are going to put loop quantum gravity at B tier, because it's still a great idea, and it has a higher chance of being right than half the other theories that. Why are they taking so long to enter the store? I don't know how much I can take. Oh, they weren't even going to come in. They just went get some gas. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a fucking gas station. Okay, so it's about 1:50 in the morning, and the next theory we're going to be talking about is asymptotic gravity. Asymptotic safety is a concept in quantum field theory which aims at finding a consistent and predictive quantum theory of the gravitational field. This is a little less radical than loop quantum gravity because it stays within the bounds of quantum field theory. So I'm going to be putting this at B tier, right above loop quantum gravity. Because I'm not a physicist and I don't really understand half this shit, I'm not going to really be able to go into too much detail. So we're just going to get my subjective, superficial ranking of these theories, and I hope it's still interesting. The next theory of everything that we're going to rank is the 248-dimensional Lie group E8. This is a geometric theory where all forces and matter are seen as twists within this geometric object.
Those ones.
You're all set.
Okay. I can't tell you how many times I get the wrong ones. Thank you, dear.
Don't forget your card.
Oh, shit. Fucking bless you. This is why you do not go out drinking. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. This is a very ambitious and mathematically beautiful idea, but it lacks widespread scientific validation. It's more of a really interesting idea rather than a solution at this point. By most experts, I don't think that they would consider this to be a primary contender for a theory of everything. However, it still deserves a spot on this list, so I will place it at C tier for being a pretty dope-ass idea. The next two theories are going to be in D tier because they lack broad acceptance or predictions from the mainstream physics community. And those theories are geometric unity and Stephen Wolfram's physics project. Now this is just preference, but I'm going to put Stephen Wolfram in front of geometric unity. I have a soft spot for Stephen Wolfram's nice bald head. The next theory is probably the greatest idea of all time, and it comes from one of our greatest intellectuals. I would probably rank this as tier if I could, but in honor of teleology, I'm going to put it at F tier. He brings these interesting shapes to podcast people and says, this is the gravitational field, or this is the electromagnetic field.
And it makes a natural dodecahedron, but what it's showing you is where electricity is being pushed into the center, and you'll see these magnetic waves coming out. It's showing you the magnetic field.
But we're just going to stick it at F tier, just because he claims to have found the grand unified field equation, whatever that means to him, and I just don't think any of it really makes sense. He has a new system for logic, says that 1 times 1 equals 2, which makes no sense. Next we have my crackpot toe. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put myself right next to Terrence Howard. It must be the case because of how much information I pulled out of my ass, and I think I have a conceptual framework. I think I understand physics, but I don't. I'm very ignorant. I don't know what I don't know. Okay, so it is about 3:08 in the morning. That is my theories of everything tier list on night shift at the gas station. I hope you enjoyed. Because I'm at work, I actually have to do stuff. I'm gonna get to work and take out the trash and whatnot and do some cleaning. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time.